Tell her, like, can you cease and desist?
All you see on CNN is anti-Trump slogans and white supremacy. But where are those good old conservative values and the faith in God? Lucky there's the Orange Man Pod. Lucky there's two men who positively can do all the things that make us
Effing cry, sorry.
the Orange Man Pod.
I was distracted.
No shit. Welcome everybody to the second episode of the Orange Men Podcast. Dave and Clint here with you on a Saturday night, getting ready to spin the truth as we see it, as we know it, as we say it, and whatever else I say. It all goes.
Yeah, man. Listen, before we step on this.
Yes?
I want to thank all of the YouTube subscribers and viewers and watchers and
Yes.
commenters.
Yes?
It's been a good couple of weeks. Thank you. We appreciate you. And we hope you enjoy the show. And if you don't, that's fine too. Like I said, we enjoy being here because it helps us. It's like our
You could all go to
session.
hell.
Why pay a shrink $1,200 an hour when I can just pop the mics on with you, with my man Dave here, and talk shit and get it off my chest?
What did you just say?
Cheers.
Okay. We're going to get the ball rolling with a little clip from Camel Toe. And
Woo! It's been a long day.
you only have one left. Did that can fill that whole thing up?
Nah, there's still some left.
All right. Okay, player.
I got a 6-pack sitting somewhere.
Ah, you didn't say that.
Needs to get cold though.
You didn't say that.
Now I'm gonna go vomit.
All right. Keep it in. Keep it in.
Nah, let's go. Let's hear. Listen, let's just hear Kamala.
Kamala Toe.
Cammy. She's full of
See,
such sage advice and stuff.
Yeah, but
I've convened faith leaders.
I can't.
She convened with faith leaders.
Yeah, well,
What can't you do? What's the matter?
I can't reel it back in.
So we're gonna.
I'm going to have to. There we go.
There we go.
There we go, player.
There we go.
All right, so Kamala got off a plane or a helicopter. Sounds like a helicopter. Whatever. Or she's getting on
A
one.
spaceship. No,
And
because
she
they're getting
can't-
ready
and
to
she
let her.
can't get control of her hair
They're getting ready to let her in the car.
because it's all over the. I see the open door in the background. The
Yeah.
Humvee.
One of the not beasts.
So she's basically saying that we can still abort babies, and you can still keep your faith. Well, isn't that great? Thanks, Kamala.
Well,
I had no idea you could do both.
well, you can.
Stupid. I guess I'm stupid.
Jesus would be for abortion. You're made in the image of God, isn't that the whole presence,
Not to these people.
pretense?
They
of,
think they are God.
Well, I don't know whose God they're praying to, but
All right, Kamala.
come on, Dave. Try to be professionals here. Hold it together.
So we're gonna see. I've convened faith leaders, and for those of us of faith, I think that we agree, many of us, that there's nothing about this issue that will require anyone to abandon their faith or change their faith. It's simply saying that the government should not have the ability to decide what an individual does with her own body. So we're going to...
So now it's with her own body. So we agree that the government should not tell an individual, well, first she goes individual and then with her own body.
Well,
So you can tell guys what they can do with their bodies? Is that what she's saying? Where's the distinction here?
what is a woman?
Well,
What's her? What if my pronouns? I thought men can have babies. men can menstruate.
Okay, well, she's...
Why is she dismissing the men? Is she dismissing the transgender community within Pride Month?
Well, why can she tell me to get vaxxed? Why can they mandate my job to make me get a vaccination?
Well, they can't.
Well, they tried,
I know.
and they almost got away with it.
Well, you can't allow these people to have any dominion over you because whether they're elected officials,
Right.
they don't
So-
they don't have the people's.
No, but she's making the point. The point is the government
yeah.
should not have
I got
the
you.
right to tell you what to do with your body. So we want Roe versus Wade to be overturned, and then the states can decide via the population voting on whether abortion is legal or not.
Well, I guess
It's
what
not
you're
in the
trying to
it's-
say, it will be an amendment within that state's constitution.
Now, I don't know how they're going to decide to do it, but at least the citizens can vote on it.
Yeah, all right. I mean,
'Cause-
but that's the thing. They came out with this whole leaked document because it was a distraction. That's all it was. And this leaked document, and it's going to fire their base up and give them, like I said a couple weeks ago, like what are you standing on? Voters, you know what I mean? Like you had Roe versus Wade, transgender, replacement theory, that's fake. That's a made up term that the Democrats made up. And that's, you know what I mean? Like, what policies are they standing on? Oh, we got the highest gas prices ever. Great. We got the highest food prices ever. Great. The most foreclosures ever. Great. Like, should I keep flipping my fingers until there's something that's good? Like, what is positive? What's positive? What's been positive? They talk about the job growth. That's bullshit. Joe gets on here and talks about the job growth is this, and then labor and statistics 2 days later slides out the real stats, and it's like, that's not what he said the other day. But nobody looks at that. They listen to, like you said, the spokesperson every day, and Joe going, here's what's really happening. It's not the case. The stats and facts are this. What they're telling us is a bunch of malarkey. Here's the facts. You know what I mean? But it's easy enough to go look it up, but people don't want to do it because you know why?
Why?
It's too much work, Dave. It's too much work. I don't want to go look for things. And when you say, hey, I found this for you, well, what else you got? That person, that group or that paper or whatever, that's right leaning. All right, well, what do you want me to find you? You know what I mean? Like, I can't do all the legwork for everybody out here. Come on, people.
Well, you don't have to look at right or left. You could just look at your life.
No, I'm saying,
I mean, it's not that difficult.
when you send somebody an article, it's like, well, that's a little right leaning.
You know, I mean,
it's skewed.
Take your political bias out of it.
Yes. Okay.
When I got my wife pregnant, we were expecting a child, a baby, a human.
Right.
Nothing more, nothing else.
Right.
I wasn't expecting a blood clot or some dead nerve endings.
Right.
I was expecting a baby. A
Yeah.
human baby.
Well,
That's what happens when you get someone pregnant.
like you
You
said,
have a baby.
Yeah. Like you said in the video previous last week, when you marginalize the phrasing and the words, that's how they justify that it's not that big deal.
Right,
Of a deal.
So take your political biases out of it.
Yeah.
And everybody on this planet knows that ending a pregnancy is ending a human life. Period.
Yeah.
That's the science.
Yes.
That's the biology. That is a fact. And no matter how you spin it or whatever you think you believe, whatever you're told to believe, is a lie. Fact is, it's a human baby. It's not going to be anything else but a human baby. Now, you want to talk about the reasons why you want to get rid of it? I'm open. Let's talk about it. But they won't. Because their reasons are stupid and selfish and ignorant and evil. So they can't talk about the reasons why they want to end the pregnancy. They got to devalue the pregnancy.
Well, it's, yeah. And it's
so
also,
to make it look like it's nothing.
yeah.
And it's not true. It's wrong. It's a lie. And we're being lied to. and listen, I get people get in trouble, and they get pregnant, and they didn't want to get pregnant, and they can't afford to. Listen, I couldn't afford any of my kids. Matter of fact, I still can't. But that doesn't change anything.
Right.
A life is a life is a life. Period.
Well, it's this. It's kind of, it's so hand in hand with like it's the same thing. They pick and choose what is a baby or a life, and then it's like, well, what about those kids or these kids? Don't you care about those kids' lives? You don't care about the 600 or however, it's probably up to 1 million kids for abortions a year, but yet you're worried about these kids' lives. You know what I mean? We should worry about all the kids' lives. And unfortunately, like we said a couple weeks ago, if it's medical or something like that, I can understand if the doctor's like, listen, you know, we need to figure something out here because you could be in danger or the baby could be in danger. But all the other shit where you're just like you're saying, casually having sex and, oh, I got pregnant. Let me go to the clinic again. Like, that's what people, that's not healthcare.
Right.
That's just fucking, like you're saying, stupidity.
Right.
That's not healthcare. That's just me wear condoms or fucking go on birth control or use the fucking dental dam, however the fuck you decide to get pregnant.
Damn.
I don't know. But they can't just be, you know, I had, like, when you see, like, these people that are, like, proud of it, I had 6 abortions. All right, that's great. I hope you can't have kids ever because you don't deserve them.
No, and I feel bad for them because they're eventually going, well, hopefully they eventually grow up and realize what they've done. I mean, you don't get to hear the women who've had abortions and the suffering.
And regret it.
The regret, the pain that they go through. And they got that the rest of their lives. They're never going to get over that.
Yeah, there's a lot of what could have been.
Yeah,
but
it's
I mean, you
painful.
do have some emotional or non-emotional people that just go, I don't care. Get rid of it.
I know, it's a shame.
Yes.
It's a shame there's people out there like that.
I agree.
And I feel bad for them, and they're being taken advantage of by these elitists who want to take over the country and change America.
It's just pulling the strings. And like you said, if you live in California, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, I mean, who knows what's going to happen in Pennsylvania? But if you live in a lot of these deep blue states, you'll be able to get an abortion. Relax. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be illegal if you went to an abortion clinic or whatever you're doing in another state across. Yeah, he crossed state.
Well, I can see now they're bitching because now they're going to have to pay all them high gas prices to go to another state to get an abortion.
Might as well just keep the baby.
Yeah, be cheaper.
Well, I mean, listen, again, I saw somebody commented on our video from a couple of weeks ago. It's like, two white guys talking about slavery and abortion. And I was like, I felt like commenting, but I'm going to comment now. Don't assume my gender. All right.
Well, no, first of all, so what? I can't comment on it? Is a black person allowed to comment on slavery? I mean, they were never slaves. Do you know what I mean? You want to talk slavery? We're enslaved right now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we're all slaves.
I've been saying that for the last.
I'm like, come on. Listen, I wasn't a slave owner, and you were never a slave.
Right.
That has nothing to do with us today.
Right.
We are totally different. This country is not what it used to be.
Oh.
And listen, this country's come a long way. We've grown, but these goddamn Democrats. You know,
what's all they have?
It's not even all the Democrats. It's that far left. I don't want to lump all the Democrats in because there's some good people that are Democrats.
But it's the career politicians that have been there.
Yeah, Democrat and Republican alike.
But even the Democrats, like, the problem is, like, you got to respect it. They stand by party lines. As much as there's not one guy that's like, I'm not really into this, but I mean, I'm sorry, Joe Manchin and Kristen Gillibrand, I think that's her name. Those are like the only two, or was it Cinema? Yeah, those are like the only two. There might be somebody else that's on the verge, and they're like,
well, the one guy that converted.
Yeah,
who's that dude? He became a Republican.
So you have a couple of them that are holdouts that are like, yeah, we're for fiscal like the old school. You know what I mean? Like, I get it, right. But like the Pelosi's, the Maxine Waters, like, These people have been around for decades, and here it is now. They're going to fix everything. But why didn't they do it then? Why didn't Barack fix anything then? For 8 years, him and Joe Biden, the president now, we're in charge. Well, they didn't have the majority. No, they did. You're making excuses for why they didn't get stuff done.
Well, because their stuff was nonsense.
No,
It was never going to get done.
I got you.
You know, that's why,
But it's all it's all theater. And I'm starting to get mad about it. Because while this is all theater, like you said, both sides, left, right, it's all just a show to make us argue amongst ourselves when it's like,
listen,
we should be mad at them, and we should all be abundant and full of life and happy and healthy.
the big push
Yes.
push right now is the only thing that can stop this liberal scheme, this liberal goal
Yeah.
of total domination, of turning everybody else into shit and having the elite
Well, the
class.
haves and the have-nots.
The only thing stopping them is Donald Trump. Only thing stopping them. And why do you think they're doing this whole January 6th thing?
It's not gonna matter. He can't get indicted. It's not gonna matter.
I know, but I'm saying this is their only goal, is to stop Trump. They listen, I can tell you what's going to happen.
They're gonna get smashed in November. It doesn't matter unless they steal it, because that's kind of what I was kind of talking about. Like,
Doesn't matter. We know they're going to.
Because high gas prices, food prices, all this other stuff. Joe's out riding a bicycle, having a 4-day weekend at the beach.
Mm-hmm.
What are they doing to solve this stuff? They don't care. So why do they not care? It's how do they not care? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would hear my father-in-law go, "Hey, Trump's golfing again." And it's like, dude, this dude spent the last 3 weekends in Delaware, but he's getting stuff done. What is he getting done? I'm missing it. What am I missing? I see what's going on. I read the news. I watch the news. What is getting done? You know what I mean? Like,
You want to know what's getting done?
Nothing. I mean, that's just my opinion.
No.
What's getting done?
Everything they want to get done. An open border.
Well, yes, yeah. Well, you're
January 6th hearings. High fuel prices.
yeah, you're right there.
They want to choke out the fuel. Now they're blaming the oil companies.
They're killing America.
And
that's what they're getting done. Yeah.
Do you know what this other fucking stat that's got me
What is it?
baffled?
What?
The oil companies now are producing more
Yeah.
now than they
Okay.
were producing under Trump.
Well, I said this last week. Like,
So where's the explanation?
you can look at the shipping containers or the shipping lines. There's an app for that, just like the plane app. Excuse me. There's an app for that where you can see that we're shipping natural gas and crude oil to Europe because Europe's trying to cut away and get away from Russia. All right, that's great. And then Kuwait and Saudi Arabia, where are they sending their crude oil and natural gas to?
I don't know.
Asia, China, Japan,
Okay.
the Philippines. So those boats are going this way. Our boats are, because we might be producing at a high level. I don't know. But we're not using it here. We're going, oh, well, we're going to ship it off because guess what? Somebody's making money here. Who's making the money shipping it to Europe? Not us. We're paying. Where's the money going? And then what are we doing? Hi, Mr. Venezuela.
So
Can you ship us stuff? A known enemy to America.
what you're saying is we're exporting our abundance?
Yes. 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 But you know what? Nobody knows that because it's like I said a couple
So
weeks
Trump wasn't allowing that to happen.
No, we were keeping it here. And he's like he said, like, you're gonna get caught.
I just need an explanation.
You're
Thank
gonna
you.
remember when he said that Germany and the Europe, not so much England because I think they get from us anyway, but where that pipeline that was going through, he said you're relying too much on Russia. If they turn around or something happens, which is what's going on, they're already saying that in Europe, Germany specifically, because they're such a high producer, like they cut out. They were like, we're going super green, and we're just gonna That's what I mean. It doesn't make sense. We're going super green, but we're going to collect from Russia, the Nord Stream 2 line, which they shut down. So now I guess it's just Nord Stream 1. But they shut that down. And now, like they're saying, like this winter could be very, very bad for the people in Germany and those nations over there that were dependent on them because they're trying to get away from it. So you're going to see a lot of frozen people.
Where?
In Europe.
Oh, a lot of freezing peoples.
Well, this winter is going to be bad.
I don't care about that.
But yes, while we might be producing more, guess what? It's not staying here. So who's producing it? And then who's making, that's what I'm saying, who's making the money on us shipping it across the seas to Europe? Not us. We're not getting it. I mean, we talked about this, I think in like December, where Massachusetts, who has a very abundant natural gas pockets, they were getting their stuff from like somewhere in Central America, because they needed to have it shipped up to them because the energy, and this is why this dude is totally in play with everything that's going on. He shut down these certain things, and they were like, well, we can only pump so much, or we can only do so much. So we're going to have to import Massachusetts. We're going to have to import it in because we're not allowed to produce what we need to keep our people within our state comfortable. But yet this is the stuff you can't, they don't tell you this because why? Because it looks bad. You just have Joe going, well, I talked to OPEC and they won't pump any more for us. Yeah, because it's here. Because OPEC said, dude, you are pumping it. You have abundance.
You're exporting it.
But you're exporting it. Stop exporting it. Nah, we can't do that. Because that's what I mean. Who's the guy at the top of Joe Biden's like big donor that's making these calls? That's like, oh, dude, we're making money. Here, Joe. Here's your kickback.
You just got to let me badmouth you for a little bit. That's all.
No. Yeah. Oh, he's a bad guy but they're pumping it. I don't doubt that they're pumping it. We're just not keeping it here.
Okay. All right. Well, that makes sense. All right. Real quick on the
some Capitol Hill news, right?
Yeah. All right. Listen to this, and then we'll talk about it after.
Listen up.
Your reaction, first of all, to the arrest of these 7 Colbert staffers, Congresswoman?
Well, of course, they were arrested because the Democrats are putting on a huge charade right now with the January 6th committee over serious issues that happened in January 6th. But this is really just a propaganda piece and a show trial without having our constitutional rights or the constitutional rights of the people being accused. There's a predetermined verdict. And so now when you see these people come into the Capitol, it just shows that the Democrats are not serious. This is all political theater. They're not serious about when their friends or the people they like or the media on their side is in the Capitol unescorted. But yet the rest of us have to have ambassadors and our constituents be escorted even by interns to walk in the building. But this is a hypocritical double standard that they're trying to portray, and I think they've been busted on this.
Okay, but some Democrats, some observers say, oh, this is a comedy team from a comedy television show. They're no threat to anybody. Your response?
Well, look, everybody is required to have some kind of escort in the building unless you're a staffer or a member of Congress. And so we humiliate all these people that come to visit us now, people who have visited Congress for years, to come inside the office buildings. I actually have my office in the Longworth office building, and no one is allowed to go in unless you're supposed to be there with an official ID without an escort. So for the Democrats to now say we don't need to follow the rules, when we have our friends and people who are comedians in there, knocking on doors and disrupting. I mean, we really don't know to what extent these people and what their interests were. Were they doing surveillance as they claimed that Barry Loudermilk and his guests were doing? I mean, this is the absurdity, and this is why the American people aren't buying any of this. They know that it's a charade.
Okay. Riddle me this, Batman.
What's up?
What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Right.
You know what? Honestly, I could care less they were in there. I really could care less.
Yeah.
I mean, but
she makes a point where it's like,
yeah,
it's your side. That's okay.
Right. But God forbid.
Dave,
You know.
I heard some information this week on the Capital 6 thing.
Go ahead.
Did you know
Sure, probably.
that the rotunda, you know where the rotunda is, right?
The
That's
rotunda.
where everybody was at, where the top circle part, where all the paintings and everything is. Did you know those doors are 20,000 pounds?
Okay.
And you need a code to open them.
I did not know that.
So they're 20,000 pounds, like bank vault style. Let alone, listen, the magnetic doors just to get into the Capitol. All right, let's whitewash that out. That's fine. The guy broke the glass and climbed through and was like, hey, come on in, buddy. Let's go. That's okay. That doesn't matter. But the rotunda, the top part, where everybody was filming, like, oh, look, we made it. John Sullivan, oh, look, we made it. The lady from CNN, oh, look, we made it. As he was live streaming. 20,000 pounds, and you need a code to get into those doors. So, and it's also it's a press of a button. Boop, lock those down. You can't get in there, you can't get out. Lock it down. These people are walking around, snapping photos of other photos. So, like you said, riddle me this. How did they get up there? Why were they allowed up there? And we know it's all a sham.
Yeah, they were let in.
Well, it's an
Of course, we all know that.
And it's an FBI operation.
The velvet rope hook was unconnected.
Yeah, everybody
was
snuck
glad.
in.
Yeah.
You didn't see me behind my Trump flags.
Yeah.
And it's also like, I mean, you see that
It's a one-sided sham. It's going to go nowhere, just like the impeachments went nowhere.
right.
And it's just to keep it on the forefront, to keep Donald Trump's name in the forefront.
Yeah.
So people don't forget.
Oh, his supporters are extremists. Remember that. But
Well, we're ready.
when you hear, like, when Ted Cruz and like Josh Hawley and these guys are asking, well, who's this guy? Who's that guy? How many FBI agents were involved? How many people in the crowd were FBI agents? Well, we don't know. We can't divulge that information. Can't divulge that information, but you have cell phone information of people that walked around the Capitol.
Yeah.
And
That's how they caught 'em.
that's how you're tracking these people down.
Well, yeah, but that only works when you're tracking people. It only works when you're tracking Republicans at the Capitol.
Hey, don't you say
But when
it.
you're
Don't you say
when you're
it.
tracking other people at other locations, doesn't count.
that we're just putting envelopes in
Just,
them. I get it.
all right, let's go.
All right.
All right, we're going to gear up for another episode, and we're going to catch you guys on the next one. What do you say about that?
I'm all for it. Let's go.
Okay.
And as always, thanks everybody. Follow,
right.
like, subscribe, and hit that thumbs up or thumbs down. I don't care either way.
Do they ever? I've never seen a thumbs down yet.
Leave some sweet ass comments, good or bad. We love everybody. They may not seem it because we're white men.
It's not true.
But hey, I love you.
Orange Men out.
Thanks everybody.
Catch you guys on the next one.